Hi, I'm Speed. I'm the VP of Product Development at Horizon Tech, and at 32, I'm the youngest exec on our leadership team. Most people don't expect someone who looks like me to be in this position, but I've earned every step up the ladder. I wheeled my carry-on toward the Platinum Skyway Lounge at O'Hare. My flight to San Francisco was delayed 2 hours, and I needed to finalize my presentation before tomorrow's meeting. Membership card, please. The attendant at the desk barely looked up. I slid my executive platinum card across the counter. I'm also flying first class today. The attendant, whose name tag read Marcus, glanced at my card, then at me, his expression changing. And how did you acquire this card, sir? Excuse me? I earned it, like everyone else. We've had issues with borrowed credentials recently. Marcus picked up my card with 2 fingers like it was contaminated. I'll need to see additional identification and your boarding pass. I pulled out my ID and digital boarding pass. People behind me were staring now. These credentials don't seem to match our system. Marcus was speaking louder than necessary. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable in the general waiting area. Look, I've been a member for 3 years. Call your manager if there's a system issue. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside. We can't have you causing a scene. A scene? I'm just trying to use the lounge I pay for. Marcus came around the desk and gestured toward the exit. Sir, please don't make this difficult. I felt my face burning as Marcus escorted me out. As we reached the exit, a woman in a sharp navy suit approached. Is there a problem here? Her voice was calm but curious. Nothing that concerns other members, Jada. Marcus smiled at her. Just a security matter. After Marcus returned to his post, Jada turned to me. That was completely uncalled for. I've seen you in here before, haven't I? Probably. I'm through O'Hare at least twice a month. What happened back there? I'm not entirely sure, but I have my suspicions. Jada shook her head. I'm a corporate attorney. What he did wasn't just rude, it was discriminatory. You should report him. Thanks, I intend to do more than report him. I pulled out my phone and dialed. Hey, Dad, you know that surprise visit you were planning? I think you should move it up to today. Yeah, I'm at O'Hare. No, there's been a situation at the Platinum Lounge. Trust me, you'll want to handle this personally. I hung up and caught Jada looking at me curiously. My father is Kenneth Washington. Her eyes widened. The Kenneth Washington, CEO of Global Innovations? The same. And coincidentally, Global just acquired the management company that runs these airport lounges last month. Dad was planning to tour the facilities next week, but I think he'll be very interested in what's happening here today. I checked my watch. He'll be here in about 15 minutes. Want to stick around for the show? Jada smiled, a hint of mischief in her eyes. I wouldn't miss this for anything. Let me give you my card. I might be useful if things get legal. I took her business card and spotted a text from Tara, my dad's executive assistant. Already at the airport Starbucks. Your father's jet just landed. I gestured to Jada. Want to grab coffee? My dad's assistant is waiting downstairs. We found Tara at a corner table, typing furiously on her laptop. She stood when she saw us, her trademark red blazer making her impossible to miss. Speed, I'm so sorry this happened. Your father is livid. Tara, this is Jada Thompson. She witnessed everything. Tara shook Jada's hand. Would you be willing to provide a statement? Absolutely. That guy needs a reality check. We sat down and I recounted every detail of the encounter. This isn't the first complaint, Tara said, turning her laptop toward me. I've pulled reports from customer service, 3 similar incidents in the past month, all involving Black or Latino executives. Let me guess, no consequences? None. The lounge manager, Raymond Whitfield, dismissed them as misunderstandings. I clenched my jaw. So it's systematic. Your father wants to handle this personally, but we need solid evidence. These complaints aren't enough. Jada leaned forward. What about security footage? Tara nodded. Already requested access. As the property owner, Global has rights to all security feeds. The humiliation I'd felt was crystallizing into something harder, more focused. I want to go back in with Dad, face to face. That's the plan. Kenneth wants a word with this Marcus and his manager. Just then, a suited man approached our table. Excuse me, are you Speed Washington? I tensed. Yes? I'm Raymond Whitfield, manager of the Platinum Skyway Lounge. There seems to have been a misunderstanding earlier. Tara raised an eyebrow. Interesting timing, Mr. Whitfield. Our staff member was simply following protocol for credential verification. Strange how that protocol seems to apply selectively, Jada said. Raymond forced a smile. We value all our premium members. I'd like to personally escort you back to the lounge and offer complimentary services as an apology. So you admit there was something to apologize for? I asked. He shifted uncomfortably. As I said, it was a misunderstanding, one that's happened repeatedly to executives who look like me. I assure you, we don't discriminate. Then you won't mind explaining that to my father. Your father? Kenneth Washington, CEO of Global Innovations, your new boss, essentially. The color drained from Raymond's face. I wasn't aware. Clearly, he's landing now. Should we all head back to the lounge together? Raymond tugged at his collar. Perhaps we could discuss this privately. I think we're past private discussions. I stood up, my voice steady. Let's go. My father doesn't like to be kept waiting. As we walked toward the terminal exit, I spotted my father's imposing figure striding through the doors, flanked by two members of his executive team. The anxiety I'd felt earlier had transformed completely into anticipation. My father, Kenneth, approached with determined strides. At 6'4", he commanded attention without saying a word. Speed. You okay, son? His deep voice carried both concern and controlled anger. I'm good now, Dad. Kenneth turned to Raymond, who was practically shrinking before our eyes. And you are? Raymond Whitfield, sir. Lounge manager. It's an honor. Save it. Let's go see this lounge of yours. As we walked, Tara quietly filled Kenneth in on the details. Jada stayed with us, providing moral support and legal witness. When we reached the lounge entrance, Marcus was still at his post. His smug expression froze when he saw our group approaching. Afternoon, Kenneth said casually. We'd like to enter. Marcus straightened up. Of course, sir. May I see your credentials? Interesting. You didn't ask for mine, but you escorted my son out for presenting the exact same level of membership. Marcus glanced nervously at Raymond. Sir, there was a protocol that apparently only applies to certain people. Let's not pretend we don't know what happened here. Raymond stepped forward. Mr. Washington, I can assure you, it's Kenneth, and I don't want assurances, I want accountability. Marcus tried again. Sir, if your son felt... My son didn't feel anything. He was discriminated against. And now you have a problem because Global Innovations doesn't just have memberships here. We own the building. A woman in a sharp suit rushed toward us, her heels clicking rapidly on the marble floor. Mr. Washington, I'm Vanessa Collins, Regional Director for Platinum Skyway. I just heard you were here. Perfect timing, Miss Collins. We're discussing how your staff profiled and removed my son from premises that, ironically, my company owns. Vanessa's professional smile faltered. There must be some misunderstanding. Tara, the footage, please. Tara turned her tablet around, showing security video of my earlier encounter. The audio was crystal clear. And how did you acquire this card, sir? Marcus's voice dripped with suspicion on the recording. Vanessa watched, her expression growing more horrified with each second. There's more, Tara said, swiping to another clip showing Raymond and Marcus laughing after I left. Another one thinking he belongs here, Marcus said on the video. At least you caught this one, Raymond replied. Last week that Mexican guy actually got in before I noticed. Vanessa closed her eyes briefly. Mr. Washington, I had no idea. That's the problem, isn't it? You should have known. This is happening under your supervision. By now, several lounge patrons were watching our confrontation. Jada stepped forward. As an attorney, I can confirm this constitutes clear discrimination. The language used shows intent and pattern. Kenneth nodded. Tara, please share the other complaints. Tara handed Vanessa a folder. 3 similar incidents in the past month, all filed, all ignored. Marcus started backing away. I was just following. Following what? I finally spoke. Show me the policy that says you should question black executives differently than white ones. Raymond attempted damage control. We can certainly review our procedures. You misunderstand, Kenneth said calmly. You won't be reviewing anything. This isn't a teachable moment for you. This is a consequence. Vanessa looked frantically between Kenneth and me. Mr. Washington, perhaps we could discuss this in my office? Away from the public? No, this happened in public. The consequences will be public too. Vanessa lowered her voice. Please, we can make this right. Whatever compensation you feel is appropriate. This isn't about money, I said. It's about dignity, respect. Kenneth checked his watch. Tara, has the press release gone out? Just now, sir. Marcus looked panicked. Press release? What press release? Tara turned her tablet around, showing a corporate announcement titled, Global Innovations Addresses Racial Discrimination at Platinum Skyway Lounge. You can't do this, Raymond protested. This will destroy our reputation. You destroyed it yourself, Kenneth replied. We're just making it public. My phone buzzed with notifications. The story was already spreading across social media and industry news sites. Effective immediately, Kenneth continued. Global Innovations is implementing a zero-tolerance discrimination policy across all properties, starting with personnel changes. Vanessa stepped forward. Mr. Washington, I know this looks bad, but I had no direct knowledge. As regional director, you're responsible for the culture you've allowed to fester. Your negligence enabled this discrimination. A security team arrived, led by Global's head of operations. Marcus and Raymond, please surrender your credentials and access cards, he instructed. You're being terminated for violation of anti-discrimination policies. Marcus finally broke. This is ridiculous. I was just being cautious. How was I supposed to know he was your son? That's exactly the point, I said. You shouldn't treat anyone differently based on how they look, whether they're a CEO's son or not. Raymond made one last desperate attempt. Speed, I sincerely apologize for any misunderstanding. If you just give us another chance, save it. Your apology means nothing when it's forced by consequences rather than conscience. As security escorted Marcus and Raymond out, my phone rang. It was my CFO back at Horizon Tech. Speed, I just saw the news. The board is impressed with how you handled this. They want you to lead our new corporate ethics initiative. After I hung up, Jada approached. That was masterfully handled. Mind if I share this with my civil rights network? This could help others facing similar situations. Please do. The more people who see this, the better. 2 weeks later, I returned to O'Hare. The Platinum Lounge had a new name, Executive Access Lounge, and a completely new staff. A large sign prominently displayed, "All executives welcome." The new manager, Diana, greeted me personally. Mr. Washington, welcome. We've implemented all the changes your father's company recommended. Every staff member has completed intensive bias training. And Vanessa? Reassigned to a non-customer-facing role after completing remedial training. As I settled into the lounge, my father called, "How's the new setup?" "Different vibe, better energy." "Good. By the way, your incident report has become mandatory reading in our corporate training. 3 other airport lounges have adopted our new protocols too." Never thought getting kicked out of a lounge would create industry-wide change. Sometimes it takes confronting the toxic people directly. Most hide behind policies and procedures. I looked around at the diverse executives being treated with equal respect. Sometimes justice comes with a corner office view. If you were in Speed's position, would you have rejected the apologies and pursued public consequences? Or would you have accepted a private resolution and given the staff a second chance? The story highlights how power dynamics can shift dramatically, but was public humiliation the right response to discrimination? Or does lasting change require making examples of people? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Your engagement helps our channel grow, and I'd love to hear your perspective on how you would handle a situation like Speed's.